Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, Azad. I think introductions are always dangerous for the person being introduced. Alhamdulillah. Let me quickly suggest my structure for this session, inshallah. I will speak for a while and then we'll open it for questions, and all questions we will ask, please ask everyone, let them put them in the chat, and I will take them from the chat and I will answer the questions, inshallah. So first of all, before I begin, a disclaimer, which is that what I am about to say is my advice for anyone who wants to take it, and you are welcome not to take it. I am not trying to convince anybody. So if somebody says, well, I disagree with this, most welcome. We don't have to get into that at all. And also, because we are talking about life, we are talking about my learning from my own life. Some people may feel, oh, well, I think he's talking about me. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about anybody. Any resemblance is purely coincidental, accidental, and not intended. Now, to grow old, and especially to grow old with good health, is a blessing, and not everyone is granted that blessing. It's important, therefore, to be grateful for that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you have it. To age gracefully is a choice that not everyone makes, but it's a choice that you can make at any time. This year, on the 20th of October, I will be 70. So this is my 70th year. And in the Hijri calendar, I am 72. So I have entered what I call my last lap club. And so I thought let me share some reflections about what I call aging gracefully. As this term itself, aging gracefully, was something that my father always spoke. And as I have seen other people aging, some gracefully and some painfully, I see the importance of getting it right. And my point is, after all, if you must do it, it's best to get it right and do it well. So here are 5 essential things to do. First and foremost, very, very important, accept it. The first thing to do about aging is to accept it. You are 70 years old, not 70 years young. These are terminology which people use. 70 years young. That sounds like a pathetic attempt at denying reality. Age is not a number. That's another one. Age is a number. Age is not a number. It is real. And if you don't believe me, ask your knees or ask your back or something, whichever is aching every time in the morning you wake up. So age is not a number. What's also real and powerful is what you choose to do about it. Now focus on that and not on trying to fool yourself. Because you're not fooling anyone else, believe me. If you don't accept it, you will try to fight it, and that's not a battle that you can win. Nobody wins a battle with age. I've seen many people getting themselves into serious trouble, pretending to be 20 when they were 60 or 70, and then contemplating their foolishness in hospital. You are 70, act like 70. I see people sometimes, for example, older people trying to race with their children or something, and the next thing you know, you have a heart attack. Don't do these stupid things. Choose dignity over looking pretty. Standards are different. Don't dye your hair or beard. Grey beard is a title of honor. Wear safe and comfortable shoes. Very important. And clothes that are comfortable and dignified. Don't try to look 20 because you are not 20. And you will look ridiculous. Sit and put on your trousers and shoes. This is the biggest reason for falling. Every time I go into my physician, personal visit here in America, or my annual checkup, his nurse who takes my case history, the first thing she asks me is, did you fall? Because like my physician, who is also one of my dearest friends, Dr. Sadhusmani, he tells me, do anything you want, but don't fall. because falling is a very serious matter when you are old, and the biggest reason for falling is to try to put on your trousers while you're standing up. So sit down. If you need to, then sit in the shower also. Take you get these stools, take that, sit in that. Never try to balance on one leg. It is very important to have your balance, and if you are doing it, then hold something and then balance on one leg, learn to stand on one leg. It's important. For that you need strong legs, so do some walking, and we'll come to that. But usually never try to stand on one leg. There should always be 2 points of contact with the ground. So either it's you're holding something, or it's both your legs or whatever. Also, don't try to slip your feet into your slippers while you are walking. If you trip, then one of the things I found with myself is when I trip now, I fall, there is no control on the body. I mean, in the past I would fall and I would sort of recover from the fall. I would not actually hit the ground. But now I hit the ground. Now, until now, I mean, I've fallen many times. May Allah have mercy on me, especially in the snow, because we get big snow here and black ice and so on. But every time I've rolled and stood up, and purely the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I don't advise that to anyone to try to do that. So don't do that. Yes, you did that when you were 50, but you're not 50 today, so don't try it. The sooner you accept that you are aging, that you are your age, the healthier, the happier, and the wiser you will be. Then, enjoy the honor that comes with age, right? Especially in societies which value and respect their elders. Alhamdulillah, we are from such a society. The color of your beard grants you immediate status with the other person. Alhamdulillah, this is beautiful. So don't try to pretend to be anything else. Be an elder. It is a privilege that must be earned. You earned it, so enjoy it. Now don't waste it trying to deny it and pretending to be a teenager. Now, having said that, the biggest trap with older people is sloth, is just laziness. The temptation to sleep late, to sit in front of the TV all day, to mindlessly scroll social media, Instagram or whatever apps and so on. The heaviest load to lift is the comforter, is the blanket, but lift it you must. The good news is that once you get out of bed, half the battle is won. And then when you hit the road and your adrenaline kicks in, you are flying. So fight that laziness, otherwise it will kill you as surely as poison. Number 2, routine. The best tool to beat sloth is a robust routine. Harness the power of routine, especially if you are freshly retired. Treat retired, the word retired, as a curse word. It is for you. Wise people never retire. They simply change their goals. They still lead purposeful lives. You retire when they plant you to push up the grass, not before that. Until then, you are gainfully employed. Most importantly, always have a goal that you are working towards. A real, clear, definable goal with metrics. Not something vague that sounds noble. It must be in your control. You should have metrics to measure it, and that it should give you satisfaction. It doesn't matter what the goal is, but it must satisfy these things. A real goal, which you can define, which have metrics, and which gives you satisfaction. For this, the biggest enabler is the right kind of friends. Your friends list needs to be checked and edited. Simple check. Keep anyone who believes in living a purposeful life and remove anyone who doesn't do it. Now, the problem with a lot of people, especially in our culture, is the moment they are past 60, they will say things like, अब क्या फ़ायदा, अब हमारी ज़िंदगी ख़त्म हो गई तो ख़त्म है, उसकी ज़िंदगी ख़त्म हो गई, जाने दो उसको, आपकी ख़त्म नहीं हुई, आप जिए वैसे जियो. The people say, oh, what's the point? Now life is over. Let it be over. Let it be over for the one who thinks it's over. It's not over for you. Live like you are living. Friends, very clearly, have friends who believe that living a purposeful life is important, and remove anyone who doesn't. It's as simple as that. Friends are powerful because if you have a group of friends who are walkers, for example, you will walk. If you have a group of friends who are foodies, then you will eat. And you will eat, and you will eat whatever you see, and it will show and it will extract its price. The real price of the food is never on the restaurant bill. It's on the hospital bill that will follow. And that is where, when you look at the adage, there is no such thing as a free lunch. It's a very different story. In a very different way, you will see the meaning of that. Incidentally, I'm not talking about no smoking, no alcohol, no drugs, no social media, which is also a drug, no computer games, nothing that doesn't challenge your mind, because that's a no-brainer. There's no point in saying these things. Anyone doing any or all of these things is a sucker. No point in wasting time with them. It's their life. They want to blow it away? Most welcome. Be my guest. Now you may ask, do people in their 70s spend time on social media? Go check your WhatsApp feed. The majority of mindless messages about everything under the sun come from people who live north of the 60s. They have too much time and they spend it wasting yours. So please don't join that club. That gang is big enough. They don't need new members. Now please remember that all social media works with the algorithm that sends you more of what you watch. If you watch COVID news, for example, you will get COVID mortality rates until you are afraid to breathe. If you watch war news, you will begin to believe that there is nowhere on the earth which is safe to live. If you watch news about hunger, super yachts, cruises, football, cricket, soccer, same difference. You will live in a world of the super rich or the super poor, gamers, holiday makers, or whoever. All of them totally unreal. Live in the real world, which is what you can see, and meet real people who you can talk to. I go for a walk, and on the way there are a couple of people I meet. I talk to them, very nice people. We have a nice chat, and then I continue on my way. Having said this about friends, also remember this. If you want to walk, walk. What do you need to walk? You need the earth. You don't need anybody else. So don't wait for your friend to come and take you, or friend to come and accompany you. No friend. You want to walk, you walk. Your friend comes with you, alhamdulillah, good for them. If they don't come with you, absolutely no problem. You walk. Use the time productively. While you're walking, make dhikr. While you're walking, listen to a good podcast or something. Don't check your phone. Put it in your ears, the earpods, and you are good to go, right? But don't wait for people to come to make you or help you do what you should be doing. Live in the real world, talk to people, build relationships, grow friendships, share food, share stories, hopes and aspirations, donate time, donate talent and effort to help others and to create a better world. None of that will happen on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or WhatsApp or Quora or anything else. The real world is affected by real people doing real things. So get real. Number 3, Alzheimer's. The challenges of old age are different. The biggest one is to keep the brain active and healthy, which keeps Alzheimer's and dementia away. And it keeps loneliness at bay. Loneliness kills. Make no mistake about it. Loneliness kills. So kill loneliness before it kills you. There are 2 blog articles of mine which I will post after this, and read them. And please post your comments on the blog. I love to read comments on the blog. Now, if you want to do that, it means having a purpose in your life which will help you to make new friends and to have a sense of fulfillment. The biggest, most powerful healthy brain hack is to read. Read everything and read it again. There's no such thing as reading too much. I love reading biographies and history, including historical and science fiction. I think if I'm not mistaken, I read about 18 to 20 books per year. Some years I read more. I almost never read less than that. Science fiction, absolutely beautiful. really expands your mind, which opens the mind to all kinds of possibilities that you didn't think before. Now, don't watch television. Do not watch television at all. If you have a TV in the house, call 911. Treat it like an intruder and get rid of it right away. It's the biggest deterrent to reading. Important news will come to you in different ways. Don't worry about that. What you will see on TV is not news anyway. It's propaganda and mind steering for those whose minds it can steer or access. So save your mind from this toxic influence. And that applies also to your handheld TVs, which are the smartphones and social media. Another amazing and amazingly powerful tool to keep Alzheimer's away and dementia away is to learn something new. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it is something you didn't know before. Whether it's art or singing or a new language, that's the best, and the more difficult the language, the better. A new skill like carpentry or plumbing, whatever, get a degree, become an attorney at 70, a pilot at 80, a captain of a sailing boat, a mathematician, businessman or woman, a political analyst, anything you like, but something new. The idea is to do something that stretches the brain, something that will get it to produce more neurons and build new neural networks in the mind. Don't worry if learning is difficult. That is the whole idea. It's not for itself, but for what it will do for you. Just as your entire body aches when you start lifting weights, but that is a sign that you are growing strong, so also with the brain. I enrolled in 2023, I enrolled in a 2-month immersion program in the Arabic language in a place called Bennington College in Vermont. For 2 months, I experienced life. I stayed in the hostel. I stayed in the hostel, and I experienced the life of an American undergraduate. I ate my body weight in tofu because there was no halal food there. How I hate the stuff. I walked 6 miles a day and sat in a class where I was 3 times the age of most of my classmates and older than the teachers. I ended up with a GPA of 4.9, and I was voted the most popular person on campus. But ask me how I felt every week the night before the weekly tests. Sometimes I would weep with frustration, and I regretted the day I decided to enroll in this program. But today I'm so happy that I did that. Not only did I improve my knowledge and fluency in Arabic, but I had a unique experience in which I learned a great deal of many things. As a bonus, I also made some very good friends. An active brain is a healthy brain and doesn't get old, no matter how old the body becomes. Learning new things makes the brain stronger, so start learning something new right now. Number 4, silence is power. So keep your mouth shut. Old people love to talk, especially to tell people how to live their lives. Something like what I'm doing now, but this is I'm doing because they asked me to do it. One good way is write a blog and post it and read comments. That is safe. Speaking it out is not safe and will drive people away. Don't give free advice. Never give free advice. I advise people. I'm a coach. I'm a counselor, and I charge $1,000 per hour. So anyone interested in my advice, $1,000 an hour. What you are getting right now is worth $1,000 an hour, except that you're getting it free. But you come to me for your advice, no matter what the advice is, business advice, family advice, personal advice, $1,000 an hour. If you can't pay it, you don't get it from me. Simple as that. Right? Don't give free advice. Do a simple test. Ask yourself, did he come to me or did I go to him? Don't go. Never go. If you went and you suddenly remember this, get up and leave. Now, when you give advice, don't criticize and look for faults. Look at yourself and count your own faults. It's one of the most irritating habits of old people. They tell other people how to lead their lives. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. No. If someone asks you for advice, tell them there is a fee, as I mentioned to you. Think about this. Put a value on yourself. Now, I am talking about my advice, which you will get, is 70 years of life. It's 40 years of business consulting. It's working with people on 3 continents. And literally, I've worked with people at every level. I know personally as friends people who are prime ministers of countries, including one who is a prime minister right now. I have been invited as a royal guest to 3 countries. I was invited as a royal guest, a guest of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for Hajj, and I spoke at the International Hajj Conference in 2008, and I met His Majesty King Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz Rahmatullahi. I had lunch with him on Eid Day in 2008. And from there, 2 people who are my closest and dearest friends who don't have a penny to their name. I know people from all over the world. Now, if you talk to me and you want my advice, you are getting the essence of this, the sum total of all of this. Now, if you think that is free, believe me, you're mistaken. I have a value for what I bring to the table. And I give it to people who have a value for that. If you do not have a value for that, it's not for you. Go find somebody else. As simple as that. You lived a life, you have experience, you have that experience, you have taken the trouble to distill it, you have taken the trouble to conceptualize it, you have taken the trouble to present it in a way which helps people. You have the ability to diagnose what is the problem with the other person. You have a solution for that. Have some value for it. Have some value for it. Don't just go and throw it. Because if you throw it, it will get treated like trash. Believe me. So if they don't think it's worth the payment, they don't need your advice. Save your breath. Shut up. Go home. Now, don't advise anyone who won't pay. Even if it is your children, especially your children, don't give them free advice. Let them come to you and ask you and tell them, what will you pay me for this? Take money. Donate it if you like. Give it back to the child if you want. No problem. But let them be clear in their minds that if they come to you for advice, it's going to cost them. If they don't want your advice, most welcome. I like nothing better than to see some stupid young guy suffering because he would not take advice. I enjoy that. Truly. Because if he had half a brain, he would have come and taken advice. And he would have saved himself a lot of pain and trouble. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to suffer. Enjoy that. Beautiful scene. Like stale bread, free advice has zero value. Now enjoy the fact that at this age, you don't need to argue. You do not need to win any argument. Experience the power of walking away, physically and mentally. Let go. Relax. Give up the need to control. I know people, may Allah have mercy on me, I know people who are in their 80s and their 90s and they want to control every breath their children and grandchildren take. What did you eat? Why did you eat that? Why not this? Who's your friend? What? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. What will happen when you go into your grave? You want to control them from inside the grave? Get rid of this. You lived your life, alhamdulillah. Now you are free coasting, man. This is your time to enjoy yourself. Let go. Someone else is in charge today, and even though you may think that you would have done it better, it's not your shift. Leave it. Walk away. Saves you enormous stress and gives you a great sense of relief. Believe me, people need to make mistakes. Your children need to make mistakes. Your students need to make mistakes. Don't try to live their life for them. That's the worst thing you can do. Because if they follow you, they will become handicapped. They will be unable to function without you. Is that what you want to create? This dysfunctional dependency? If you don't want that, if you want them to have confidence and to live lives which are full of strength and power, leave them alone. Let them make the mistake. Let them suffer. Then they come back to you and you walk them through what they did and what they could have done so they make better choices next time. Think about this. If you are wise, how do you become wise? You became wise because you made mistakes. There is no other way. Same thing for everybody. You become wise by making a mistake and learning from that mistake and not repeating that mistake. Now, if you take away that, making the mistake part of it, then you're not wise. You just got a solution from somebody and that doesn't help you. Let people make their mistakes. Don't try to lead their lives for them. Don't prescribe to them, this is what you should do, this is what you should eat, this is where you should go, this is where you should not go, this is who you should marry, this is one. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Let them marry the wrong person. They'll figure out, they'll learn the hard way. That's the only way to learn. If they come to you for advice, walk them through the process. Don't tell them, I think you should marry so and so. No. Walk them through the process. What does it mean? How do you choose a spouse? What is the best way to choose a spouse? Once they have the framework, then let them go and apply it on who they are looking at and they will make the right choice, inshallah. In your conversations, stay away from 3 absolutely taboo topics. Taboo, don't touch it. Number 1, religion. Don't talk about religion. Unless somebody comes to you and asks you a question, and for me in my case, ask you about Islam, no problem. I have people inviting me to come and speak at interfaith functions. They invite me, I go and speak about Islam. I dress like this, I look like this no matter where I go. Alhamdulillah. Let the thing come from that side. You don't go and present it. Don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics. And don't talk about your health. That's another major problem of old people. Your religion is your own. It's private. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to explain your beliefs to anyone. If someone asks you, tell them. If they don't ask you, let it remain a mystery. Practice your religion comfortably with confidence. You don't have to run from anything. Let your religion be reflected in the goodness that you spread around you as you live by it. As they say, religion is what happens after the prayer. If you are not spreading goodness, when you practice your religion, you need a change. Likewise for politics. If your politics divides people, if it teaches you to hate others, if it teaches you to look down on people, and all the rest of the garbage that is peddled today, then it needs to change. Practice the politics of respect for others, inclusivity, openness, integrity, compassion, standing up for the weak, speaking up for the voiceless, taking care of the environment, or taking care of commons, or building bridges, not walls. If your politics doesn't fit this bill, then it needs to change. Your medical conditions are interesting only to your doctor, and that too because you are paying him to listen to you. So keep them for him. Don't talk about your ailments to anyone else. Likewise about good old days. That's another problem with old people. Oh, in my day this used to happen. Let's face it. First of all, your good old days were never as good as you make them out to be. They were days like any days, and they became good or bad as we made them for ourselves. So learn the lessons. That has value. Not talking about how the world was perfect when I was 20, it wasn't. I wouldn't want to go back to my 20-year-old time for anything in the world. Number 5, live long or live well. Long life is not in our hands, and it's not something to desire. But life quality is in our hands. The secret is very simple. Eat 1/3 of what you eat now. No sugar, low carbs, high protein diet. Eat 1 meal in 24 hours. No snacking, no cheating, no exceptions. Sleep until you feel rested and exercise 3 times of what you do now. Sustained exercise, not walking around the house. That doesn't work. Sustained exercise, walk at least 10,000 steps. You must count your steps. Your exercise app in your phone will do that for you. 10,000 steps per day. If somebody said, if I could bottle this put it in a bottle and give you, I would give you 10,000 steps per day. 10,000 steps is 5 miles. Walk 5 miles no matter what, rain or sunshine. And lift weights. Lift weights. The older you get, the more important lifting weights is. Lift as heavy as you can. Get a coach. Do it systematically. Don't break your back in the process, but lift weights. It's not to build muscle, but to strengthen muscle and to increase bone density, which becomes a problem with old age. And when you fall, you break your bones because the bones have become too brittle. Lift weights, it won't happen. Walk or wheelchair, that is the choice. Anytime I'm feeling, unmotivated to go for a walk in the morning, I tell myself, my keyword is wheelchair. I look at myself in the mirror and I say wheelchair. And believe me, I'm out of the door very fast. As for looking healthy, genetics plays a big part. But the key is to have realistic standards. Change your icons. Better still, become an icon. Get comfortable in your own skin. Right? And I don't mean in the round is a shape way. I mean, accept your wrinkles. Be happy with change. Be trendy, but with dignity. Don't follow fads and don't try to keep up with teenagers' language and interests. You are in a different class now with 70 years of life experience. Think of how to get value out of that. Public opinion doesn't matter. It never did. But like most people, we probably chased it. Now it matters even less. Forget what people think. They don't think. They have better things to do than to think about you. You're really not that interesting. Believe me. Change your language. Become kinder, less critical, totally positive. No negative thoughts or no negative messages. Self-talk is very, very powerful. So be very careful with what you say to yourself. If you say, "Oh, I can't do that," believe me, you will not be able to do that. And laugh. Laugh a lot. Be around cheerful people. Be cheerful yourself. As they say, laughter is the best medicine. It is. Look around you. Isn't the world beautiful? Sunrises, sunsets. I'm looking at flocks completely covered with flowers, magnolia trees, the song of the red cardinal, the chirr of the black-capped chickadee, sparrows fighting, rolling in the dust, rowdy starlings taking full advantage of the bird bath and throwing all the water out, the fox, the bear with cubs, the coyote lurking in the shadows, the leopards in Yala and Vilpatu, the red-tailed hawk and the peregrine falcon which takes a dove in midair. I saw this white snow and a dove came out of a bush and a peregrine hit it in midair. Hawks and eagles soaring on thermals, searching for prey. Canadian geese beating the tariffs by having chicks in America. South American hummingbird flying across the Gulf of Mexico to land in the United States. Salmon going upstream to places of their birth to die. All timeless cycles of an earth that endures even us humans. Are these not enough to make us happy? I mentioned to you things which I am seeing here in America. Just substitute that with what you are seeing in whichever country you are living in. Be happy. Be very, very happy. Because there is enough and more reason to be happy. One very good hack for that is wake up every morning and write down, keep a notebook with you, write 10 things that you need to be grateful for. 10 things. Even if it's the same 10 things every day, write down. 10 things that I need to be grateful for. And you will find that you will become very happy. Finally, a bonus point. I said 5, I'm giving you 6. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Spend your money. If you have the money, travel business class. Don't travel economy. Don't save money for your children. Let them earn. They will have value for that. No need to save anything for anybody. You spend money in good stuff, give charity, and the rest of it, enjoy yourself. Travel business class. You deserve it. Take porters. Don't try to carry your own luggage and break your back. It's good for your image. It's good for your back. Empty your bucket list. Live the list. Do all the things that you have been saving up to do. When you have some free time, you have free time now, go do them. Go see places. Take cruises. Spend half the day sitting in front of Mona Lisa or whatever works for you. I love wildlife, so I spend time in the bush, watching them doing their thing while I am doing my thing. Finally, very importantly, gratitude. I should have said that the first time, right? But maybe this is the last, because you remember what you heard last, you remember the longest. An attitude of gratitude is the secret of ensuring that our old age is not lonely. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all that He gave us. Life and health and wealth and difficulties we learned from, pains that helped us to appreciate the joys of life, because without darkness, light is not as enjoyable. For meetings and partings, for ease and hardship, for dreams achieved and dreams that remain dreams, for prayers accepted as we asked and for those accepted in other ways, for prayers not accepted. Thank those through whom all this came to us, people we know and people we don't know. The committed partner, the child, the student, the companion, the caretaker, the incidental porter, the attender, the mail carrier, the garbage truck driver, the neighbor who brings in your trash bin if you forget, the immigration officer who stamps your passport and says, "Welcome home." Thank everybody. Say thank you very much from your heart. They can tell. They can tell. Ask about their family. The next time, ask about whatever they mention by name. Ask about who they mention by name. Give a little gift on some occasion. A thank you card, a smile, a wave, or a phone call, a message. But show that you recognize them and show that you appreciate them. In South Africa, they greet you with Sawubona. And that's a Zulu greeting which says, "I see you." Now, it's more than a salutation. It conveys the recognition of a person's worth and dignity, acknowledging their existence and experiences. The response is Sikhona, which means I am here. I exist. I exist because you see me. It's a beautiful way of showing respect for the person you're meeting. Be polite, especially to those who are not polite to you. It will make them think twice and mend their ways, or it will infuriate them, which is better. Both are good. Smile a lot. Never greet anybody sitting down. If someone comes to greet you, stand up, no matter who it is. You don't even know the leverage of that. Make people feel important because they are important, especially children. Their smiles are your payment, and there's nothing more precious. Do these things and see how children will cluster around you. They'll come running after you. And with that, I want to end my piece of this, and most welcome for questions, and I'm happy to answer them. And thank you for being here and for listening to me. And it's open for questions. Please write your questions in the chat, in the chat, and I will answer them. Thank you very much.